So, modern family doesn't allow gay people in their episodes, so Iran has to remake them. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. It's this Austin heat.
This episode of The Modern Rogue brought to you by Raycon. Head on over to buyraycon.com/rogue. Spell it right, R-O-G-U-E. Get 15% off and looks left, looks right. Let's say you save Christmas for somebody. Always one of my favorite moments, one of our most prolific, earliest writers of themodernrogue.com. We are joined by Dr. Jordan Breeding. How are you? Thank you so much for coming all the way out to Austin.
I feel great. Thanks so much for having me. How are you?
Oh, man. Well, as we've been talking about all day, as we've hung out in person, pretty good. What do you got for me this time?
All right, so I want to talk about some high-tech solutions to low-tech problems. The first example of this is we're going to travel to Iran for a second. They have, let's say, different sensibilities when it comes to art. They realize that if they just ban an American movie from coming to Iran, then people are just going to download it, they're going to torrent it, they're going to find it. So what they do instead is they release the movies in theaters, but they first send them to these VFX warehouses where, for example, in Talladega Nights, you remember when Ricky Bobby has the crash, but then he has this sort of PTSD from it. So he strips all his clothes off and he's running around the track.
Sure.
Well, obviously, Will Ferrell's crotch is too much for Iran, for the government of Iran. So they CG up the retaining wall. So it's just like mostly his head going back and forth, asking for Tom Cruise to save him and stuff like that.
Come on, man! Embarrassing!
They do that with everything. They'll decide that a shirt is too low cut, and so they'll just slap like a huge like orange juice jug in front of them on the table.
They're not even like sculpting clothes over them. They're going full on Austin Powers with just like randomly placed objects in front of the various parts.
Well, there was another example that I saw where they took a woman's hair and like added more so that it like swept across her bust, I guess. And then there was another one. It was like some movie with Rooney Mara or something, and they just cut her out of the scene.
That one sounds an awful lot like actual Hollywood to me, but the other ones sound very novel and very invasive and very scary. It reminds me a bit, I don't want to upset any of our Iranian viewers, but it's like officially I'm given to understand that Iran has no gay people.
Right, that's true.
However, they are #1 on the planet on gender conversion therapies and surgeries to cause men to become women.
Interesting. Another complex thing that they do, it's not really a tech thing, but have you ever seen Modern Family?
I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
One of the Modern Families is a gay couple, so there's really you can't make an orange juice jug big enough to cover them in every single scene.
No. Yeah, you may cover them, but you'll not cover their love. Or their patient regard for one another. No orange juice jug is big enough to stop that love.
Just turn it off.
I can't turn it off, it's who I am.
Modern Family has a gay family. Orange juice can't do nothing about it. So in Iran, they have remade episodes entirely, cutting that family out. But what's funny, in the first episode, in the pilot, one of the first things that happens is the mom opens the door in the more traditional family, opens the door to her daughter's bedroom and sees her hanging out with a boy. And she sort of feels weird about it. She doesn't know how much to press on their relationship and any of that stuff. But you're also not allowed to show a lot of male-female relationships in Iran. And so they replaced in that scene the female character with another male character. But they kept the dialogue basically the same. So now mom's opening the door, finding her son with just some guy and being like, ooh, what's happening here? So they sort of reintegrated a gay couple into the show, so that's kind of progressive.
Hold on, did they think that they were presenting it as, oh, you kids up to your shenanigans? Is that what they thought they were presenting?
Yeah, it looks like it's some combination of, oh, maybe this is the bad kid, or whatever, like I've caught you hanging out in your bedroom with the bad boy or something in the neighborhood.
Okay.
I just wanna do you.
So in China, which is another country.
Is it now?
Yeah, I've heard. I think
King of the transitions.
Friggin', they have this fork, and it's real nice fork, high-tech fork. I'm sure it's available other places, but I assume it was invented in China. But the whole concept of the fork is one of the reasons that people can become overweight is because they eat just purely too quickly. And it takes something like 20 minutes for your brain to say, hey, by the way, you're full. So the slower you eat, the less you've eaten before your brain tells you you're full. It's closer. So this fork has like just an ass ton of sensors in it that's like measuring your food and how fast it's going to your mouth and how much oxygen you're shoveling in, and it will yell at you.
Is this in ancient China or recently? Or
ancient China? What do you mean? Like shoots fireworks when you've eaten too much? Like
yes, it also invents the printing press and all of that stuff. Like all I know when it comes to fork technology, America was number one because we had the rotating spaghetti fork. We just injected and swirled up a big old bunch of carbs and shoved it in your mouth.
Well, I assume this is like the counter to that type of fork, which helps you eat spaghetti twice as fast. This is the exact opposite. If anything, it would untwirl your spaghetti for you and say, just do it yourself. Just calm down.
You mechanically wind it up, you're about to eat it, and then all of a sudden a red light starts to flash as it talks and says, excuse me, sir, have you considered that you're having too much? Allow me to help. And it unwinds, and it's like, how about just one noodle?
It doesn't do literally that, but it does, yell at you if you're eating too quickly. And I do think it's very funny, the concept that you would just be sitting in a public place and your fork starts freaking out and you're like, sorry, I was eating too fast.
To be honest, I'm actually here for that. It sounds like you're not for it. Or...
I mean, I could see the benefits of it, but I think the potential public shame would keep me from doing it. Yeah, from using one.
Oh my God, no. Any opportunity to blame anybody other than me for any of my actions? Chef's kiss. That would be amazing.
It sounds like what you're worried about is a scenario where you're eating too slowly and the other person is like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then you could say, it's my fork. It's not me. My fork yells at me.
I mean, there is a bit of that in American lifestyle, right? Where it's like, people are like, why aren't you eating your whatever? Is it not good?
Yeah.
And then this would be your blockade against that.
So what I should do is I should buy one and I should bring it to my in-laws Thanksgiving, where it's very delicious, but there's too much food and I don't want to eat all of it. I'll just point to my fork every time I haven't finished my turkey yet. And I'll just say, I don't know, my doctor gave it to me.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I vibrated because I'm eating too fast.
Great. So another one is that they've got underwear that protects your crotch from radiation.
Okay, now you have my interest.
So there's like an English scientist or something who made the realization that he's had his laptop just sitting on his crotch for like a long time. And he's like, instead of taking this moment to say, I wonder if there will be any ill effects to my sperm because of the radiation. Instead of studying that, he said, why don't I just create underwear that will protect my sperm if, in fact, there is radiation nuking my crotch at this moment.
It sounds like he maybe did a hop, skip, and a jump over the question,
Right.
Why is my laptop constantly on my crotch? And instead said, how do I make sure I'm still reproductive while continuing these habits?
Yeah, it's sort of, it's like, well, I'm not going to not put hot things like my laptop or my cell phone on my crotch. So assuming that that's never going to change and could not change, now what?
Yes. To be honest, I don't know if average citizens are allowed to nominate people for the Nobel Prize, but I would like to, because I like the fact that he's solving the real problem and not just blaming the victim.
It is enmeshed with silver. It diffuses the radiation across the entirety of, your crotch and or buttocks type area. It's 99.9% effective, so...
I'd like to think I radiate joy.
Not to my crotch, you don't. Let's move on. Although, speaking of your legs and clothes, honestly, basically the same subject. There was a time where Levi, the creator of the jeans, or somebody who worked there, he's probably dead, I don't know. He had this idea, you know how your legs are always so dehydrated?
Just real quick, Jordan, you are the king of transitions. You're the Levi of transitions, my friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I have noticed that my legs are awfully dehydrated these days.
Well, then good news, because there's some new jeans called denim spa jeans, and they are infused with like butter and like oil. As you wear them, they moisturize your legs. And in fact, one of them is specifically intended to it might help your cellulite while it massages your legs in many oils and butters.
It was Wrangler, not Levi.
Are those different? Okay. Whatever. Let me start over. You know how Wrangler invented jeans, maybe? I imagine there was a time when John Wayne was out there searching, as it were, and he noticed how dehydrated his legs were, and this is a problem that they have now fixed.
What do you want me to do, draw you a picture?
Real quick, do they say the words dehydrated legs? Is that really the problem they're curing?
I think so. I don't have the notes on me.
I think modern day science is treating us right. I thank you, science.
Yeah, can you imagine how excited a medieval peasant would be for these things?
By these things, you mean these problems. A medieval peasant would love to have the problems that we've described.
Yeah, he wishes that Will Ferrell's crotch was out in the field with him.
Tom Cruise using witchcraft only to get the fire off me!
All right, Jordan Breeding, where can people see so much more of your amazing work?
I got a YouTube channel. It's called Dr. Jordan Breeding.
Because you're a doctor.
Yep. And we talk about stuff, and they're really long episodes. And once a video reaches a critical mass of viewers, we start to get comments that are like,
What the hell? Is it this long this whole time?
why is it so fast?
Why are there so many jokes?
I hate your jokes and I hate you, so.
Maybe you'll like it, though.
That's when you pull up them silver mesh panties and you're like, not getting at me today, boys.
Yeah, nothing you say can hurt me.
Christmas is, I believe, 35 seconds from now. You have a problem, and what you need is something awesome that literally nobody will be upset to receive. You, my friend, need Raycon. Raycon earbuds provide incredible noise-isolating, deep, rich sound that allows you to enjoy your music. Think about this. If you give Raycon earbuds, somebody might listen to an audiobook that will change their life, and you will be a link in that chain. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I wear earbuds all day and all night because they make the world go away so that you can enjoy your music, so that you can hear your stories, so that you can follow the people you love with the podcasts that mean the most to you. And guess what? Raycon makes that happen. You know we love their everyday earbuds, but you gotta check out their Raycon Home and Raycon Power Tech products. You got this magic 180 charging cable. These earbuds connect you to the past, present, and future, which is why you need to support this show by going to buyraycon.com/rogue right now. Spell it right, ROGUE. Get 15% off. Keep us in business, and my goodness, are you going to love having excellent earbuds? Happy holidays.
Modern Rogue is supported in part by viewers like you at patreon.com/modernrogue. In the description, you can find all of our credits and additional ways to support the show.
Okay, why were they in the refrigerator?
Who said refrigerator? Did you...
Maybe I was doing a little fan fiction just now.
What?